We're live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another scene for New Sarah. In this scene, um, Isabel is at her gym. She's just finished up with her last client, uh, coaching. She's kind of wandering around, making sure things are put away, cleaned, whatnot. She's already sent Melinda home. And so, yeah, so she's just hanging out. She'll be there for a little while.
Um, Adam's gonna show up at the gym sort of a couple of hours in, kind of late night, probably about 12, 1 in the morning. To get there, he's travelled through the trains just to get to the part of town where Isabel has her gym. As he's walking up to the door, Adam, who is wearing just some sort of training gear essentially and a mask over his face, he just kind of checks over the address and the date to make sure it's correct and all of the details absolutely right and the address again is correct before he knocks on the back entrance, so like the door.
She comes to the door and notices that it's Adam. Because I'm
Well,
assuming visible, yes. She will hold up her finger um, to indicate to give her a second, and she will go make sure that the cameras are turned off, and then she will come and let him in.
yeah. Adam, as she does that, Adam just kind of strides sort of confidently up to her. Um, just gives a smile, or what a Nosferatu deems as a smile. Well, hello, darling. Are you looking for any company tonight? I was just in this area of town and thought I'd check out your place.
Isabel smiles. Well, good evening, Adam. I'm so glad that you came by. Of course, I could use some company. And she moves aside, gives him a very wide berth for him to come in. Um, he'll probably need to duck just a little bit to get through the door.
Yeah.
Uh, and then she'll shut and lock the door behind him. And the door, luckily, is not see-through glass.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. As Adam walks into the gym, just kind of he's done a whistle. I cannot whistle, so I won't do it. But he whistles. He just kind of stretches. Whew. Well, nice place you've got here.
yeah.
I've not got the opportunity to train for quite some time. No.
So this picture that I just put up
Mm.
is pretty much what the inside looks like. There's a lot of gymnastics equipment, balance beams, uneven bars, high bars, vaults, things like that. Um, but there's still plenty of other open space. There's also a couple of bags hanging, punching bags um,
Yeah.
around as well. So
Adam just gives a nod. So, how have you been these past few nights? I meant to stop by, but I've just been busy lately.
I know the feeling. I have been a little bit busy myself with work, and it's going really well.
Oh, Adam just kind of chuckles himself. Wow, do tell. You don't mind if I need gestures towards the towards one of the heavy bags?
No, by all means, go ahead. And she'll follow him
Yeah,
over.
yeah. So Adam just he starts to do a couple of stretches, and then he just takes off his mask and he takes off his hoodie to reveal kind of he's wearing sort of a tank top, just sort of a shirt that one might wear for training, and you get the impression that actually roll perception empathy for me, please, if you want.
Okay,
That's just a straight
sure.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, perception, empathy. 3 successes.
Right. Okay, cool. So as what you'll notice as Adam takes his shirt off is obviously, as you'd expect for a Nosferatu, there's a little scarring on his back and things, but internally, there seems to be something more than that in his mind. The way that he just, has come in and just starts training, there's something almost routine about it, which you, especially in your jovial state right now, you may think that there's something a little bit off with Adam just going right into training. Because normally, when you and Adam are together, he'll talk right with
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yeah.
and it's the first time you've really seen him this focused.
Um, she'll she won't say anything about it, but she'll keep that in mind and maybe make a note to ask him about that in a little bit. But um, she's also thinking this is a gym, and we had talked about him coming here to train, so
Yeah.
it's not too off-putting for her. So, but she'll make a note of it.
No, no, it's not. It's not something massively off-putting. There just seems to be something in his tone that just seems a little off.
Okay.
And maybe because of your recent exploits, you've become more adept at picking up on,
Oh yeah, she's
these
always
moods.
been pretty
Hmm.
intuitive, but
But yeah, Adam just kind of starts slow, hitting a bag, before getting into a gradual rhythm. So, how's work been going? Anything interesting?
oh, just same stuff most days. Train the girls, and
Well, that can be interesting and hard in of itself. I mean,
yes,
training's never easy.
I've got some good talent right now. Although one of the moms is being a little bit difficult with me, but other than
Mm.
that, it's fine. I'm used to dealing with uppity parents.
You know what parents are like with their kids.
Yes, yes, of course. As long as the child is having fun, then
Yeah,
that's all
I
that
mean,
matters to me. Oh, I don't
true.
know that I'd call them children.
Mm.
I mean, yes, they're under 18, but they're teenagers. But anyway,
Worse.
yeah, no, they're good. Um, and there's only so many clients I can take because I can only work at night. But I've got
Yeah.
a few. I've got a few that like to come in the evenings because I can get here by 7.
Mm.
So
Uh, as I said, it's a nice place you've got here. I'm quite jealous
thanks.
myself. I mean, if things
Well,
weren't as well.
I wish that it was mine. It's not. I rent it. I'm working towards getting my own though.
Well, yeah, I'd like to get my own place someday. Maybe get some boys train them up real good. But looking like this, it's a little bit of a handicap sometimes. But you know, perhaps,
Yes, I can understand that.
I mean, perhaps I could train
That's
kindred. I mean, surprisingly, a lot of our kind aren't
well.
in
See,
tune with themselves.
that's why you have a ghoul. If you have a
Mm.
ghoul, then then you have your face, someone to do some of your interactions that you need done for you. I have one.
Adam just kind of cocks his head at you, not turning away from a bag that he's punching. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yes, you feed a human your blood, and over the course of a little while, they become very attached to you and they do what you want them to. I take really good care of mine. She's like my best friend as well as a servant.
Mm,
She kind of says the word servant with a little bit of disgust, like she doesn't like to view her ghoul that way.
mm. I can see why you do that. I mean, keeping mortals around to do your work is never a bad thing, and keeping, I guess, humanity around makes you almost feel like that somehow.
Indeed, indeed. But I've just started within the last couple of months telling her exactly what she is because I've kind of kept her in the dark.
Mm.
Uh, but
Oh,
I've had her for 11 years now, so time
it's a long
to
time.
time to inform her of why she's not going to be aging
Yeah.
and like that. So it was a bit overwhelming for her at first, but she's getting used to the ideas. I think maybe one day I might embrace her, but it won't be for a long time.
No. I mean, and I'm just kind of pauses for a second, and then he just kind of hits a punching bag with another big swing as it kind of just turns around and he just catches it. Yes, well, I wouldn't turn anyone like me, not unless it'd do them some good. I mean,
Isabel nods.
mm,
I can understand that as well.
I mean,
Definitely.
I wouldn't choose to be any different. I mean, I don't think I would, but this body can do some amazing things, but probably not for everyone, you know.
No, I imagine that there's a lot of people that probably wouldn't take it very well.
No, no, and I mean, getting used to being part of our family and dealing with all of this kind of cliquish kind of, well, basically all this kind of gossip, and you know how things are. It just,
I do, and sometimes I think my clan seems to be some of the worst, but it comes with the territory. You know, there are times where, although being in a war was not ideal, the social interactions were a little bit better. People worked together, there was less animosity. Now that we're
fun.
settled back down from what happened, it's back to backstabby business as usual. She says that quite nonchalantly, too.
And they'll just not, well, fighting tends to bring out the best in people. Well, I mean,
Yes. Well, it almost reminded me of, how humans would come together in the face of a threat. We're still human in some ways,
yeah,
so we still revert to those survival skills of coming together to fight for a common cause. I just wish that some of us would realize that the threat's not over. Just
no,
because they're not here physically anymore doesn't mean that the threat's gone.
yeah. Well, I heard a little bit about the war, but obviously I wasn't here at the time. Imagine it's something I wouldn't want to experience.
It's not something that I would wish on anyone to go through a time of war, but I've I'm
Yeah, but
thinking that I'm not going to sugarcoat anything when it comes to my war experiences because there's a very real possibility that it could happen again.
yeah. Well,
People
recently
don't
I've
need
just been
we don't need to get too complacent.
no. I've been just trying to get to know everyone around the city, just in case anything happens. With all of the murders and events on recently, I think we could all do with some cooperation. No,
Of
no bullshit.
course.
None of this kind of set clan wars or whatever. Just
Do you happen
get
to
the.
know anything about what's been going on at the new Sarum Bay with the fishermen?
No, I mean, I've read the paper, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, me
sorry
too.
that's.
That's all I know about it. I think I'm going to look into that and see if there might be something us related going on there.
Well, if you ever need a partner, I mean, I'd be happy to go as a favour, but my tip would just be go talk to the people, see,
Yeah, that's what I'm
observe
going to
the
do
area.
first is I'm going to talk to the people that have survived and see
Yeah,
what they saw
talk
with
to
their accounts. Hopefully they'll talk to me. I'm not any kind of police officer or anything, but
the.
I do have kind of a little bit of a charm, I guess you could say. I'm a concerned citizen.
Yeah.
Um, and then I might go to the water and see what I can find. Maybe I should go for a swim and see what's in the ocean.
Well, maybe it's best that you don't with what's going on around there. You never know what's lurking beneath.
Exactly, and we never know unless we look.
Mm. This is why you get someone else to look.
Hmm, maybe I can. Hmm, maybe I can get that new gangrel to help me. What was his
Oh,
name? She snaps her fingers. Edwin, I think, right?
I don't know, just not well. Suppose you could. I mean, I wouldn't recommend you let him talk to anyone. He's a good fella, but he doesn't. He's not very on the social side of things.
No, I wasn't gonna let him talk to anyone. He can go. He can be the one that goes and looks in the ocean.
As I said, he's not a bad fellow. Just no.
Well, I see it this way: is that so his sire is pretty much the only gangrel I like,
Mm,
and she obviously embraced him for a reason. So I'm gonna try and figure out what that reason is, even if it's not apparent right away.
mm. Well,
She kind of chuckles at that, like like in her head, she's kind
yeah,
of thinking, "What the fuck was Daisy thinking?"
yeah. Adam's just gonna nod along. He's just gonna be like, oh, if you do happen to do something with him, if you can just one up him, nothing to like completely fuck him over, but something to throw him off his game, it'd be much appreciated. Him and I have a little competition running, and well,
Oh.
I owe him
Well,
one.
I can assure you that he will not one up me on anything.
Mm.
She gives a bit
And
of a smile and a wink.
anyways, enough of such things. I was wondering if you needed a partner for anything, any exercises. I mean, there's only so much you can do with the kind.
That's true. Hmm. Do you know how to use a sword?
Well, to pick up a knife the right way and cut, but that's about it. I mean, punching someone just seems much more efficient. I mean, I can't carry a sword everywhere.
Well, no, of course not. It gets kind of. Uh, for now, I mean, I used to fight with a sword, uh, and I would get some looks when I wear it, but I didn't care. But now I just kind of I like to keep up with it, and I do it for fun. But it would be nice to have someone to practice with. I do enjoy using a sword.
Well, I wouldn't be a gentleman if I refused your kind offer. You'll just have to go easy on me.
She smiles, and then she disappears for like a split second and returns with two practice swords. They're like wooden swords. Um, and she hands one to you. Did you freeze? Or did I freeze? Oh, nope, it was him. So, yes, we will wait for him to come back. Uh, there you are.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I was asking, does Isabel use celerity to just quickly get to the swords, or is it
Yeah,
just?
yeah, yeah. She's got two dots of celerity. She can
Yeah.
move relatively fast. It's not like a blink of an eye fast, but much faster than a normal person can move. She's only gone for like a minute at the most to go across the room and back to get the swords.
Yeah, Adam
But
just
yeah,
paused.
she would use celerity with cameras off and no one around.
Well, handy still you got there. Can see why that'd be useful.
Yes, one of the benefits of being Toreador is this ability to do things very fast.
It's true. Talk fast, move fast. Suits that kind.
Yes, I suppose.
Unfortunately, we have to move a little slower than you do, but, well, being a
That's
Nosferatu has
fine.
benefits.
She will
So,
hand you a sword, and she'll take you through
okay.
the basic stance that you'll s- stand in to fight with the sword. She'll ask you if you're left or right-handed.
Adam is left-handed.
Okay, then she will show it to you the opposite way.
Okay, yeah,
She's taught left-handed people before, so that's not a
yeah.
big deal. And show you the proper way to hold it and things like that. And so then she'll just she'll move a few feet away from you and face you, and she'll say,
Yeah.
all right, come at me.
Mm.
You'll roll dex melee.
Adam just chuckles. Well, normally I'd say ladies first, but I don't think I'll have a choice seeing how fast you move. Is it the dex melee?
Yep.
So yeah, Adam, as big as he is, he's still probably surprisingly quite fast. Yeah, probably a little bit surprised at how quickly he just manages to do. He does like a basic kind of cut towards you, you know, nothing fancy. This is where the blender comes in.
What was your roll? Did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled. I got 2 successes.
Okay. So I'm rolling without celerity. Um, just because she said to go easy on him, so she won't. But still, three successes to dodge, well, to block. So you come at and you give a really good swing, but she blocks you pretty spectacularly.
Hmm.
Because that is still six successes. um, but she'll look at you. That's not bad. I've seen a lot of people do a lot worse on their first swing. Um,
I, I suggest you come at me then, see how well I defend. I mean, not bad's okay, but I'd rather be perfect, or as close as possible. I don't want to be not bad when some jumped up vampire's running towards me and all I've got is a sword.
uh,
I mean, not bad doesn't help when you're a pile of goddamn ash.
So she comes at you, and uh, she doesn't hit you or anything, but uh, she'll um, she'll hit her sword with yours, and um,
Okay.
she'll just continue like that. The back and forth, giving you pointers on your technique and things like that, and
Yeah.
uh, they can continue like that for a little while.
Yeah. As for sparring, Adam will be talking to Sib like, so what precisely do you believe is going on at these fishermen's docks? I mean, I've heard of murders in the park and everyone knows about the national place, but heard nothing about the harbour.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, sorry. Did I let it out? Is that my? Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
Adam
just
said.
don't think I caught all of it.
Adam said. Well, so what exactly do you think's going on at this little harbour? I've
Oh.
not had a chance to hear anything about it.
Well, I don't know. I think that there's something in the water
Mm,
that's attacking fishermen. There's uh, some that survived. Some uh, there was a couple that were missing, and I'm not sure if they were found. If they were, they're dead. Uh, but
mm,
it's just all very strange that there's something like that in the water. So I want to figure it out because it could have something to do with us. A clanmate of mine told me that it might. So
interesting. I mean, as you're a friend, I'll keep an ear out, and if anything comes back to me about that, like I said earlier, if you need company or you can handle yourself, but I can also be the muscle if you need it. You can
she
be the
smiles.
beauty, even though he does, he grins. You're kind of like the beauty of a brains and the muscle, but we'd know this.
She smiles at that. She's like, "Yeah, all right. Sure. I could use some brute strength from time to time." And she smiles.
I mean, and if you want to bring that small gangrel with you, I mean, you can. I know how to handle him. Just
All right.
no.
Well, I'll see if he's even willing to help.
Well,
If not, then you and I can handle it.
true, but no. He's a he's a sucker for this kind of thing. He was lecturing me the other night about, even though I look like this on the outside, I'm still a good person on the inside and all of this.
Yes, he
Oh,
seems to be very what's the word? Human. Like
mm,
he still has that, and I kind of envy him almost that he still has that belief that things are going to turn out good and there will be sunshine and rainbows on the other side.
I know. I just reckon he needs to toughen up a little bit, but
Indeed,
he's not a bad fellow.
which is one reason why I'm going to ask him if he wants to help with this little investigation because if he saw some of the things that our kind do,
Mm, he'd have reason to change his mind, maybe.
maybe it will at least
Maybe.
maybe shatter his little delusion that he lives in.
Mm, well,
I mean, I'm
I don't know.
not I don't want to completely stifle whatever it is he has hanging on, whatever hope he has, but he
Well,
needs to wake up just a little bit.
well, and just kind of, mm, uh, seems like he did a good job of riling you off, Ellis. Seems to be a talent of his.
Well, the last time that I met with him, he and Bianca kind of ganged up on me a little bit.
Ah,
Bianca had him wind me up, so I'm
ah,
still a little salty about that.
Hmm. If we get the chance, maybe. Well, we won't do anything nasty, of course, but we can now probably just, you know, have a little joke between ourselves and see what happens. Worst case, I could hold him upside down and dunk him in the water. Hello?
Sorry. Uh, she said, I think that that would be quite entertaining. But seriously, though, I think that he could be all right, but those eyes of his could be a problem.
When I've seen him, he's always worn sunglasses, so it's
Good.
a little odd, but
Well, yes,
no.
it's a bit odd to see someone wear sunglasses at night, but it's also a little less unnerving than to see someone with bright red glowing eyes walking towards you in the
Mm,
middle of the night,
oh,
too.
I mean, I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm probably more of a risk than he is. I mean, I'm a
Well,
7 foot
indeed.
tall masquerade breach.
Of course. Yes, there's no denying that. But you you from what I understand of your clan, you could eventually develop the ability to alter your appearance.
Mm, yeah, some members of my clan have
So
that ability, but takes a long time to master
so you
those
just
gifts.
mm, of course it does, yes. Uh, but it's still something that you can temporarily fix. There's no fixing his
Mm,
eyes.
no, suppose not. And just shrugs. Oh, yeah, I said, if you need to get a hold of me, you can always find me at around 9th Street. If you go to the station there, I check in quite frequently and I'll be able to get to you.
She nods. All right, that sounds good. Uh, Thank you for sword fighting with me for a little bit. And feel free to come back anytime. I'm usually here every night from my last client leaves at 10:30. So from 11 to 1 or 2, I'm usually here.
Well, it'd be a pleasure, and maybe I can teach you a few of my own skills, just in case you get caught without a sword, and well,
Yeah, I
maybe
think I need
to.
to work on uh, some things. I don't know. For some reason, I never did learn how to shoot a gun.
Mm, uh, the way I think of it, not having a gun encourages you to stay away from them as well.
Hmm, true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, Adam just nods and well, I was thinking maybe for the fisherman's thing, you could do me a favor. Nothing too formal or strenuous, mind you. I was wondering if
Of
you had any.
course. What do you have in mind?
Oh, well, there are a couple of things I could do with, but I mean, I'm thinking of getting myself a place like this set up, and any assistance in a matter any old equipment would be of great use to me. I mean,
Sure, I think that we have a few things in storage that aren't really used anymore. Older models of equipment. It's still in working order, just not the same. I'll talk to the people that own this building and the equipment and see if they would part with the old equipment set just collecting dust.
yeah, well, I've been around New Sarum long enough. I figure it's time to finally move in properly, get my own place, and get the ball rolling. You know.
Of course, of course.
I mean, what else do I have to do these nights apart from sword fighting?
Yeah, you have a point. But yeah, I'll see what I can do about that equipment.
Well, I'm much obliged. And then
And then Isabel
and
will put
then
the swords away and kind of do a last once over on the gym. And she'll wait for Adam to leave before she turns the cameras back on.
yeah, and then we'll just go through a couple of the last stretches with a heel. And just do basically a warm down, and then yeah, he's just gonna give a nod. Well, thank you for the company. It's much appreciated. Had a
Oh,
rough
you're.
couple of nights, and
Oh,
it's nice to receive such warm company.
sorry to hear that.
Well, uh,
I hope that
it
you're.
happens.
I hope it gets better for you. And like I said, you can come by again if you would like. That I specified. If I'm not here, then just try me another night. I'll try and let you know if I'm going to be gone though.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm usually. It's quite a long way away from where I normally am. I mean, I have to take a couple of trains and walk a bit, but
Yeah.
so it won't be a nightly thing. But as I said, I'm leaving with more knowledge than I had when I came in. That's not a bad thing.
She smiles. Good, good. Well, I'll hope to see you again soon, Adam, and uh, have a good
Mm.
night. Be safe.
Always am. You too. He just smiles and he's gonna leave.
And she will turn the cameras back on, uh,
Mm.
just to just to make sure that the person that comes and uses it in the morning will don't have to worry about making sure that they're on, and then she will lock up um, the gym and head home. And if there's nothing else, I've
Mm. Nah, I'll do feeding later. He'll make
okay.
his way straight back.
And that is where we will end this scene.